And when I say free, I mean collectively free, financially free, environmentally free, physically free, mentally free, emotionally free, spiritually free, creatively free, intellectually free, politically free, peacefully free, purposefully free, joyfully free. To the students with disabilities who still receive a segregated education, to the parents with disabilities whose every decision is criticized or questioned, to disaster survivors with disabilities who feel forgotten, to young people with disabilities who have never been told that your bodies and your minds are beautiful, to anybody who has ever felt unworthy because you are unable to work or meet superficial standards of productivity, your Black disabled life matters.
It has been horrifying to witness the ways that people with disabilities, the ways in which Black people, Indigenous individuals, and other communities of color have been treated throughout this pandemic. Everything from how people with disabilities have been treated in nursing homes, group homes, psychiatric facilities, jails, prisons, ICE detention centers, to the ways in which we have been treated in terms of triage and having to fight for life-saving and life-sustaining care with our healthcare providers.
We can't talk about Juneteenth without referencing the 13th Amendment, which constitutionally solidified the abolishment of slavery, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party was duly convicted. When you have a policing system that was born out of slave patrols, there is no wonder as to why we as Black people are still being hunted, surveilled, overly convicted, and killed. Hatred is hazardous. Discrimination is disastrous, and police brutality is an ongoing crisis in this country.
As we round out this year's annual conference, I want to do so by grounding us in gratitude. Gratitude for those who came before us, those who show up beside us, and for those who will come after us. In this sense, we are quite literally surrounded by miracles and magic, truth and good trouble, purpose and possibility, acceptance and collective accountability. Even when we feel most alone, we are still surrounded.
I often tell people that these are heavy issues, so I only carry them with gentle hands. Emotional echoes are whispers of a person's or a people's past experiences that cause former feelings to reverberate throughout present-day interactions. Emotional echoes can evoke both positive and or negative feelings. They can signal safety, detect danger, or trigger trauma-based responses. The frequency and intensity of each echo contributes to our embodied knowingness, what we know to be true, what is said in connection to what is heard or felt, how we move through the world. Today's presentation was made in loving memory of all the women who whispered words of wisdom, sang songs that soothed weary spirits, and whose vibrant voices taught us how to speak for ourselves.
As we close out this year's conference, I urge us to do so with the tenacity of trees. Some trees in hurricane-prone regions intertwine their roots to withstand impending winds. They tend to grow together with no one tree rising above the collective canopy, because to do so would be to reject communal protection and risk unnecessary exposure to the elements. No one person or organization will save us. There has been so many concurrent crises hitting us over the past few years. So when you feel as though you have nothing else to give, at the very least, please give yourself some grace. You deserve time to grieve and sufficient space to grow. Find those who are similarly rooted and hold on to each other, because when we weather the storm together using our collective power and love, we are all far more likely to survive.
If you would like Justice to build, bridge, and dream alongside your organization or community, visit justiceshorter.com or catch her on Twitter at JusticeShorter1.